So, okay, let's get into English. So, welcome to this webinar, and want to thank you beforehand for your time getting this to take a look into Yodi. So, what we are going to be looking at is the Yodi platform, which is a device as a widget as service that is going to let us turn Qlik from just an analysis tool to a tool where you can manage and automate all your decisions in your business. So in this case, we are going to be looking at a use case with Salesforce, but we also have this available for Power BI and Tableau. So it's all the three top leaders in according last Gartner's Magic Quadrant. So we have all this also this widgets ready also for this other two major tools. What is Yodi then? So Yodi, whatever lets you integrate your BI application with all your business processes in your company, so you can take the decisions that you make in a dashboard and launch and start off and kick off all those business processes that you may want to incorporate into that dashboard. Regarding security, wanted to explain that this is one of the main concerns that come up whenever a cloud service is introduced. We comply all the security measures. All data is just sent by; it's not stored in our platform. So what you are going to store in the platform is just the way data is going to behave, and not data itself. And this is a very important thing that we'll probably be explaining further in further webinars. So probably you have seen our website. I'm just going to make a quick jump into our platform directly. So directly from the website, you can just press login, and you'll be sent to our platform. Sorry for my connectivity. In a bit of a bad place for making a webinar today, but it's I hope you don't mind. Anyways, you're going to see that it is still as a cloud service is still everything reachable and reasonably well connected. So usually it doesn't take this long, and I apologize for this beforehand. What we are going to be seeing at the moment is the platform itself. So it's the place where you're going to manage all the different applications and all the different little bits that are underneath the top layer that is incorporated into your BI application, into your BI dashboard. So here we're going to see a set of applications that let you just change and set all those different things. So we are going to start with the first part, the business area part. So here there are a few applications. I'm going to focus just on the top two. So the Decisions Map Catalog and the Decision Monitor. And so let's start with this one. Here in the Decision Map Catalog, what we are going to see is all the different business processes that have already been developed, so we can start off even more quickly. Okay, here we're going to see a list of business processes that we also can see some more information about them. Okay, we can see what all these business processes do, and then request it to the Yodi team, and they will make everything ready for us, and very quickly we can start off with our business process. In this case, we are going in this demo. We are going to focus on this one. This is the Salesforce regional campaigns. So it's going to let us create campaigns in Salesforce with that are going to have incorporated some tasks and opportunities for each client in a region, and we are going to be seeing this one in the demo. this here we see what has already been developed, but in some cases we are going to require something brand new for us, for instance. So for that, we are going to see two more applications. One that is just a web form where we can just make a quick explanation. That is the request new business process. Here we can just explain a little bit what we want to achieve with our new business process, and the OD team is going to just give us their consultant systems and services to get whatever we want in the best manner. Also related to this is what we are going to see next. That is the workflow that we'll see. It's here, okay, and this is the way we can just explain in a more visual and a more detailed way what we want to do with our business process. Okay, so we just set a few. We just use this tool that also we'll have some webinars just related to this specifically that is going to let us just explain in a visual way what we want to achieve. So here, for instance, we're talking about just inputting some data into a form and what that is going to go through and iterate in Salesforce and so on. The next application we are going to see is the Decision Monitor. This is just the way we can check what has happened, what has our users done within the OD bids. Okay, so our business users are going to be able to see, are going to be able to make decisions and take decisions, and we can check them all here. All right, we can see all the users that were involved and in what moment and what some details of what happened. This data is just sent here for this kind of monitor purpose. It's not the whole data set. It's just some details that we can use to monitorize our decisions are making our organization. Okay. Also for this, we also have ready an API. So you don't, if you were interested in developing something a bit more complex, as we are going to see later in the demo, you can also bring all this information in and just query it with our API. So we'll be seeing it a bit further later in the demo. Then let's move into the config side. Here we have some these four applications that let us make all ready for the business process that we are interested. So here we are going to start with the connections console. Here's just where we are going to input all the information that is going to be stored and in a secure way, as we said before. And it's going to just bring the credentials to the systems that we are going to connect with in our business process. We can create connections and manage the existing connections too. Then we are going to pass to the Decision Maps console. Here we are going to see the details for every business process that we have incorporated into our organization. And in this case, as we said before, we are going to be focusing on the Salesforce regional campaigns. We have some information here, and then we also see what connections this requires, and also then some information for how to manage this, how to set this up in Qlik Sense. We'll also be having here Power BI and Tableau. Okay, and then here we have the LLodi standalone version that is just a standalone version of the widget that you can embed anywhere you want. And then we also have some additional form customization that is for adding extra information in this case, because we are going to be creating opportunities and campaigns. We can also create these extra fields that are going to be sent to our Salesforce account, and then also the labels for the form and the placeholders. You're going to see this more clear when we get into the demo. Then we also have the security console where we can set what our users in the platform, not the business users. These are the users that have access to our platform, to Jodi platform, and how they can deal with the different applications. So this is, we are going to be setting what users can access to what of these applications. Okay. Then for this is something additional that is for the standalone users, and it's going to just let us also make a security layer for those that standalone widget, and it just let us have some user management from there. So I'm going to be kicking off right now. So I'm going to go back to the Decision Maps console, and I'm going to just explain what this demo is about. That is the Salesforce regional campaigns. And what this is going to let us do is to create campaigns, tasks, and opportunities in Salesforce by selecting a region and category of products and some more information that is going to be sent directly from our BI application, in this case, Qlik. So I have opened here our Salesforce account. None campaigns have been created today yet. So we can refresh this, and then I'm going to be going to our Sense application. So as you see, this doesn't it's not embedded, or it's not incorporated into Jodi. Jodi is just a management platform, and here what we are seeing is our corporate Sense application. So this is ready to go, and it's non extra settings required. So we just need to get the extension, which is this bit. We have it here, Jodi. So we will drag it in, and here we see the different parameters that we have to set it up. So here we see we just need to follow the instructions that we find in the business process console. So we just need to know what fields we need to enter in the extension. Okay, so we have some information here. This is the way we know what business process we are going to be addressing at this moment, and then here all the different fields and how we complete them. As you can see here, we are using native Qlik Sense formula. So we can we just need to know that this expects a certain type of data. For instance, here we have this is if we go back to the console, we see that Jodi 3 is for the amount, and the amount we just need to make sure that the outcome is an integer. So what we do here is, in this case, we are using 500 because it's like just hard-coded figure, but we can make whatever Qlik Sense formula we want to bring that to make that information even more valuable. Okay, so this is how you can see it. Also, all the style settings that you can set up, so you can whatever color you want to put in the buttons or whatever. That's all customizable. And we are going to be starting making the analysis here. So, for instance, let's say I'm going for this color, and you can see that the selections here go on both ways. So I want to select indigo, but then I see, okay, why don't we do something with this region, Navarra? So when we make the selection, we also see that. Sorry, it didn't work now. Sorry for that. So we have selected Navarra and the indigo color, so this is the category, and now we are going to set some discounts and for a few days, for 5 days. But then I want to check what effect this would have, so I can make a simulation first. I'm going to make the simulation here, and it's going to bring me back. Okay, so one opportunity would be created, and this would be the total amount according to this business process. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. So yeah, let's turn simulate to no. So I'm going to create it definitely, And what this is going to do is just go through the whole process in our business process and make all the different tasks and all the steps that this business process has involved. And now, if we go to our campaign to our Salesforce, we can see that the campaign has been created. So Indigo in Navarra for 5 days, and we also can see some more information in it. Because if we come here, we see that one opportunity has been created, so it's this one. We see that a task has been created for the sales account, and that is in charge of this account, and so on. We also have all the details that we have set up in the business process. So all the process is you can set every different bit. You can decide how to deal with it. Okay. Then it doesn't stop here, because obviously you have now created a campaign, and this is already interesting. But you also want to know how those decisions added up, and how all the decisions that your business has made, you want to follow them, and you want to see what was that the consequences that those decisions had. So for that, we have created that API and that service, the Decision Monitor service, and we have made an example of how to incorporate that information within a Salesforce focused application. But of course, you can do it as the way you want. But here we are going to see, okay, this users made these decisions, and this had created these campaigns and these opportunities, and they were won or lost, and so on. So here you can see all the campaigns that have been created by with the Jody platform, and all the different tasks, all the different opportunities, how many succeeded, all the revenue that is related to those campaigns, and what users made those decisions from which applications, when, what selections they had in the application when they did it, and so on. So it just gets as far as you can imagine. So whatever business process you want to incorporate here, you're going to be able to make it. This is, as you saw also, I want to make very clear the importance of this application, of this extension, that where you can just use all these different fields in the way you want. Whenever you want to, of course, when you get more involved into using Jody, you're going to see all the different options that this lets you, all the flexibility that this provides. So in this case, for instance, we were just using some fields hard-coded, but you could also incorporate them into your data model. So this could also just work everything even with formula. Something else that I wanted to show is, as I was explaining, we also have the extension for Power BI. This also works the same way. So if I select blue, this is going to just change and make the category blue, and so on for the one of the regions, for instance. Okay, and we would be just making the selections in the same way that we would do in Qlik Sense, or the same way we would do in Tableau, but in each application, in each of these tools is made in the native manner. So it's not you don't need to learn any new language to work with Jody. You just need to do what you do best, that is focusing on your BI tool of preference. I hope I didn't go too fast. It was I wanted to just highlight the most important parts of Jody in this session. So we're going to move forward to the question and answers part of the session. I don't know. Do you have any questions?
Okay, Nacho. Very nice presentation. I do have a few questions. First is